So dangerous on this right side for the Cronulla Sharks. De Goy's falling past there. Kamali, Carney, Taylor, Papa has done it again. Man of the match later tonight. We'll hold off announcing that as Kamali passes Pomeroy. Pomeroy back inside. He's almost lost his shorts. He doesn't care.
We had to expect the unexpected with them, you know. And we took
sorry there, Ricky. And it was Brett Carney explodes through. Brett Carney scores for Cronulla. Now that is crossing the T's and dotting the I's, icing on the cake, the whole box and dice.
Now, it's well documented that coach Jack Gibson once said that waiting for Cronulla to win a premiership was leaving the porch light on for Harold Holt. Now, plenty of people in the Shire recently been seen in light bulb shops out there. One of them is their number 7, Brett Kamali, who's been good enough to join us on the Footy Show on his weekend off. Did you watch Melbourne last night against
Harold Holt is?
Against Brisbane?
Yeah, I'm one of the old blokes in our team, so I know who he is, but mate, not many of our players even know who the Hunter Mariners are, so it's, mate, when you talk about the age, it's funny.
Did you watch last night?
Yeah, I did. It was a terrific game of football. You know, very happy, I suppose. It was very physical. You know, us having a week off probably suits us a little bit. A bit of controversy, I think, out of the game. I think you guys alluded to it last night, but the way they just won was amazing. You know, I thought probably right till the end, you know, there was no way they were going to win. The Hannett, when he nearly scored, it was going to end the game. And suddenly, you know, they get a turnover off Ashton Sims, and the composure to go the right way and score was, I think, character for him. You know, I heard Bellamy after the game say they've just got to hang in a bit more, and they did that really well last night, which it's just amazing. I think it was a game of football.
That must have appealed to you, but knowing that they are now opposition next week, as to how physical and how draining this one could prove.
Yeah, you know, they just went at each other for 80 minutes. And, you know, to see the Melbourne players' faces after the game, they weren't excited. They were in shock that they won. And the Broncos players, well, they were gutted. They thought they did all but win the game. You know, the way they saved tries, you know, Billy Slater got his hand or his leg or something under the ball 2 or 3 times. The Broncos played terrific. It was good for us to sit back and watch. We've got we had a few guys in doubt this week, and obviously the Brett Seymour incident at training, what allows us an extra week in preparation. So we probably needed that.
How has that affected the players, Noddy? Because it would have been a massive shock when he went down to training.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we just had a fun day on Tuesday. We had a few guys not train and just a couple of little games at training. It was a very soft thing that turned into a major disaster for our club. I feel sorry for him. You know, obviously as a club you're going to unite and get better and hopefully put all your eggs in whoever comes in and say, well, we'll play fine. But he has been on fire. He, I think, come back from park footy last year. I've enjoyed playing with him this year. It's made my game a lot more comfortable. And I think he's been one of our best players regularly. And I know Sticky sort of drives him a bit to be a bit more aggressive. And when he plays aggressive, he plays good. And I just think for him to have come from where he was to us be this game, one of our biggest games for the club in a lot of years, and him not to be a part of it from something that maybe could have been prevented, it's just a shame for him.
Just on Seymour, he's taken a lot of pressure off yourself. Have you spoke to Ricky about how your game changes now?
Oh, we had a little meeting the other day in Kiama and discussed more about making sure who plays 5'8". If it's Blake, that he knows the role that he plays, making sure that I don't overplay my hand, making sure that we try and play the same football we have for the last 4 or 5 weeks, because that's what's working. You know, for some reason we've just found a good rhythm of football that is working, suiting, and we're executing that really well. So because Buster's out now, it doesn't mean that I go in and play more hand. I've got to make sure that if Blake plays or if whoever plays that he plays the same way as Buster, I play the same way I have for the last 6 or 7 weeks, and that will hopefully mean that as a team nothing changes.
Because I've watched you and I think you're playing your best football, but it seems to me it's more now about quality than quantity. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I feel like I'm playing the game now. I think for a while there I ran the team and overplayed everything and just steered us around a bit like a father figure. I think the emergence of probably Birdie and Gal in talkers and leaders on the field, Buster really helped me a lot this year. I just worry about myself. And that's a good thing. You know, I think I'm a bit smarter in not touching the ball as often, but when I do touch it, making it better. I think I'm better in the head. I can control the game a lot more, but probably slower running around the field these days.
I know you would have been disappointed when you lost the captaincy, but reflecting on it, has that been the best thing that's probably happened to you since you've been at the Sharks, given the fact that you could just worry about yourself? You don't have to worry about your teammates as much. Like, you're still talking to them and directing them around, but it seems as though your personal football is a lot better.
Yeah, it was probably not, you know, obviously when it happened, disappointed, and I think Gal's now developed into a leader. You know, Gal's an emotional guy for us, a leader in his aggression, does something on the field that, you know, generates a spark, and as a forward, well, they all look at him now to be physical. I just feel like now I just go to the game, I can get there whenever I want to get there. I go in the sheds literally 5 minutes before we warm up, get changed, hey boys, have a laugh and giggle now and just run out and play footy. And I think that's what it was when I first started playing footy. It was just to turn up, back yourself, have some fun, and I've got that attitude back.
To be able to play the way that the Sharks have moved the football over the last few weeks, your forwards have to do a terrific job in the middle. You talk about Gallen, but one guy in particular last week, and we thought was outstanding, was Ben Ross.
Yeah.
His opening to the game last week was as good as we've seen him play.
Oh, I think it was the best game he's played all year for us. I think the week before, he'd got, I suppose, a chat by Ricky, saying that he didn't play overly well. And I think, you know, our front rowers have been great for us. You know, we've got Ben Ross, who, you know, I thought he played brilliant last week when he was tied, which is a big thing for us. Nuts has been a terrific help for us. You know, the passion he brings to the club, the age, Adam Peake, you know, a couple of senior blokes. I like, you know, Cade Snowden and Brian Noddy off the bench. Everyone does their job. You know, we're not relying on one or two guys winning a game for us. They come on, they make an impact. The back rowers doing an impact. Luke Douglas is great. Fraser Anderson's playing great. You know, and since Birdie's gone, he's probably gone up again.
Versatility. I thought Luke Douglas was your best on the field last week.
Yeah, he generally is our best. You know, he does all the hard work and does the good things. He's not the flashy player, doesn't do the offloads or has a sidestep, but as a player, you want him in your side.
Well, after last night, it does set up the confrontation. The Sharks up against the Melbourne Storm. You will see it next week, of course, on the Friday night, 7:30 p.m, live from the Sydney Football Stadium. It will be a crackerjack game.
Surely we're going to get a sellout.
Well, let's hope so. The Sharks making a mockery of the fact that they struggle to score tries over 26 rounds. The last month, it's been excellent. You're pretty much like the old Canterbury, where you're now scoring points off your defence, and that's the way you want to go into finals football.
Yeah, it's a good time of year to be. You know, we're aggressive in defence, but now we can score tries too, which is a good thing to have. You know, we were probably a bit boring there for a while, but it's exciting to be able to execute it this time of year.
What are you expecting from the Storm?
It's very similar to that last night. I think they've been a bit off. Maybe they are a bit tired and a bit of injuries, but good sides love this time of year. How their preparation will go, you don't know. They're going to have some controversy this week.
Let's hope not. Hey, stay with us. We'll come back and we'll have a look at what's happening on the other side of the draw.